Howdy. Welcome to my first video ever. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up a development environment with Godot and building Godot from source and getting the debugger to actually work, like so. I set a breakpoint here, and as soon as I clicked something in the editor and it went to set the icon, it caught the breakpoint, threw me in the code. Alright, apparently some people are having problems getting a debugger attached to Godot, and that is understandable. It even took me for a little ride as well. But I figured it out, and now I'm going to share the information, and I'm going to try to condense this down into a sub 15-minute video. Hopefully I can, and I'm going to really try. So the first thing that you need to do is, I'm going to assume that you've already got Visual Studio installed. If not, it's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to touch on one thing. Make sure you get desktop development with C++. If you want to code C# in Godot, which I am going to be showing how to compile with C#, get .NET also. That's pretty much it. You're going to have a page just like this. If you don't know, this is what it's going to look like. Get that and that. That's what you need. Alright. Now that's that. You need Python. I'm pretty sure this link will take you to the Python. Download Python. Install it. It's pretty straightforward. Scones, you install Scones. It is right here. In your terminal, just copy that over, paste it, run it. It'll install Scones. Done. There you go. You're good. You're ready to build Godot. Next thing is you need Git. If you don't got Git, you need to go to this URL. I'll put it in the description. Download it for whatever platform you're on. Get it. You need it. Learn it. Use it. This tool right here will save your life more than one time. Guarantee it. If you're serious about wanting to write code, you need to know about source control. Alright, that being said, Godot engine / Godot. If you don't have a GitHub account, I'm sure you do. Hopefully you do. If not, if you're new, make one. It's awesome. It's amazing. Alright, you can fork this repository. You can have your own Godot engine repository on your account. You can do whatever you want to with it. You can mess around with the code, whatever. Excuse me. Without messing up, this actual their repository. You have your own separate repository. I can't fork it because I already have a fork. But that's pretty straightforward to do. Alright, so fork it. Next thing is we need to, hold on, I'm looking. Okay, check that off. Check that off. Alright, cloning and compiling. Alright, next thing we need to do is we're going to open up a terminal. I'm going to make me a directory because I already have a Godot directory inside my projects. I'm just going to make that. I already have one of those too for testing purposes, obviously. So I'll just make a third one. I'll clean it up after. Okay, so there we go. I'll cd into that. Alright, now I'm going to run git clone, I want the 4.0 branch, and we need to get the URL. You can use your own branch's URL. I'm just going to use this branch for just because I'm already there. Or that repository's URL, my bad, I'm sorry. Alright, hit enter, voila. I'm going to pause right here while that clone. Alright, it's done cloning, so now I'm going to go into my directory that I cloned, and then I'm going to compile it. Scones, I'm going to compile it for my platform, which is Windows. I want it to be a VS project. Yes. Do not leave this out. You need that for a solution file so you can use Visual Studio with it. Alright, module underscore mono underscore enabled. This is for C#. This is so we can attach a debugger. Alright. Did I omit anything? Hopefully not. Windows, Visual Studio Project, C#, yes. Dev build, yes. Debug symbols, yes. Tools, yes. Okay, that should be it. Alright. I will pause the video right here while that compiles. Alright, that's done. So now we got to generate the glue and the libraries for .NET. The documentation's like right underneath the compiling for Windows. So right here it is. What we need is we need the path to our binary. So we're going to jump in here and we're going to get that real fast. So projects, bin, copy as path. Make sure you delete the quotation marks. It will not work if you don't. Alright. And I'm just going to copy this bit right here. Paste it right there. And it's going to come up with this error. Just hit OK. It's because you're running it. You're running the executable without the glue being done. So it's generating. Alright. Now the next part is manning the libraries. You can just copy that. Sorry, I'm trying to hurry. I already made this video one time and it was 30 minutes long. I just kept rambling on. At this point you should have binaries built that will allow you to use C# for Godot. It should work. If not, repeat the previous steps. So that should be that. Next part, let's jump into Visual Studio and I'll show you what you need to do within Visual Studio. You should have a solution file. So inside of your Godot directory. Alright. What you have to do here is because if you notice, it opens the project manager. When you open a project, it kills that process, starts a new process, the editor. Okay. So if we just hit local Windows debugger, it's just going to run the project manager. Yeah? Alright. Well, I'm sure you get the point. Alright, so this is what we have to do. Properties, debugging, command arguments. Alright, -E runs the editor. It bypasses the project manager. The path to our project that we want to open. Okay? So, now when we hit, oh yeah, by the way, you should have all these different settings. Editor, mono, and I set it to 64-bit. Just make sure you set it to what you want. Alright, local Windows debugger. It's going to compile more binaries, or at least it did for me, on top of the ones that I already built with scones, because I don't know why it did that, but when I built with Visual Studio, it had to build its own. Alright, and we are debugging right now. It does work. I will set a breakpoint right there and I'll click anything. It threw me in. Alright, voila, there you go. Now you've got Godot source built, binaries built, and you can debug it. So there you have it. Hopefully this helped you just as much as it helped me out. I fixed a bug in the editor last night that would cause the editor to crash when you click on a skeleton 3D node. So yeah, anyways, that's that. If you want to stick around, I'm going to show how to create a bat file with an environment variable so you can do that. You can just say Godot in your terminal and it'll run Godot. Alright, so what you have to do is there's my bat file. Alright, and let's just create a new one. And I'll just call it anything. I'll just anything. Alright, and then just open it up. And we need the path. Paste. And the reason why you don't want to rename this to just Godot, at least for me anyways, it kept Visual Studio kept rebuilding like a binary, and I'm kind of like, I want to use the same binary that I'm building with Visual Studio and that I'm using in my command line. Alright, so, and I couldn't do that because if I renamed to Godot, just Godot, in my environment variable, so all I had to do was just say Godot. I'm sorry, I'm rambling again. Visual Studio would rebuild the binaries because I guess behind the scenes it was going, well, I don't see a Godot Windows Editor Dev 64-bit C# binary. I don't see it. So it kept rebuilding it. So this bat file, I just learned how to do this today. So I'm just sharing a little bit of information. Anyways, you copy the path to your binary. And then, you know, you have to pass the argument for like the editor. So there's one argument. There's the path argument. Alright, so these essentially these percent and numbers lets you pass arguments to your bat file. So I saved that, and then I'm going to change it to a bat file, and then I can run anything and it will run Godot. And if you don't know how to add things to your environment variable, you can come down here and just search it, edit the system environment, click environment variables, and you can click on path. Make sure you click on path and then hit new, and then just give it wherever your bin file is inside your Godot directory. And there you have it. That is how you add Godot to your environment variables. Alright, well, it's 13 minutes long, so it is sub 15-minute video. Sorry if I rambled on any. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it helped, and maybe I can create some more helpful content. Y'all have fun on your game dev journeys.